The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, Dunedin children are mesmerised with chemistry as a week-long festival of science comes to a close. Hundreds of squawking farm birds are on display in Invercargill for an annual feather-filled pageant. And Queenstown adopts a centuries-old tradition as skiers take part in a Torchlight snow ride at Coronet Peak. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. Is it magic or is it science? Young Dunedin people had a day filled with mystery and excitement over the weekend, taking part in a mesmerising chemistry show. It was part of the New Zealand International Science Festival, which featured more than 90 events over the last week, captivating children with the wonders of science.
Young minds exploring the mysteries of chemistry. This science show is inspiring the next generation of innovators. Around 300 people gathered at the Otago University Lecture Theatre on Sunday to witness a stunning array of cool nitrogen gas, colourful flames and controlled explosions. The show is prepared by the university's chemistry outreach team, who go around schools in the city hoping to spark curiosity and attract children to the subject.
We do a lot of things we call hooks, which are things that make people go, ooh, just to get kids' interest. So really all we've seen today is all the things we would do normally when we go into a school as the first point of contact, if you like.
Children and adults alike were left spellbound, witnessing the magic of science unfolding before them. Dr. Warren's hoping these eye-catching displays will foster a love for science and have a positive effect on future generations.
Once you can do it, there's all sorts of cool things you can do, and then that spills over into research and a career in science, I suppose, as well.
The show was one of the last events as part of the New Zealand International Science Festival. Organisers happy with the response and turnout across the city this year. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Changes to Dunedin's parking situation could be on the cards, with several projects set to be pitched to the Dunedin City Council. 8 people are due to make presentations at a council hearing tomorrow, proposing a variety of changes to bus stops and parking in Dunedin. Representatives from Ritchie's Transport and Go Bus Transport are advocating for more bus stops around the university and fewer bus stops on Princes Street. 35 car parks have been lost in the central city area as part of the George Street upgrades, with proposals for extra parking to be added on Leith and Clyde Streets. Parking changes are also being proposed in Highgate and Dalmore, with the suggestions to be heard at the DCC hearing tomorrow. Invercargill was full of squawking birds over the weekend for a feather-filled pageant. The region's annual Poultry and Pigeon Show grabbed Southland by the talons, showcasing hundreds of the finest farm birds.
Beauty is in the eye of the bird holder at what is essentially a pageant for chooks. The annual Poultry and Pigeon Show took place in Invercargill over the weekend, drawing 50 exhibitors and over 600 birds. The show's been running for over 100 years and features chooks and ducks, pigeons and even turkeys.
We have fun, we love it. I mean, they're a cheap hobby to have, and you get the eggs and meat. You know, a lot of us, the big heavy breeds, we keep them for meat as well.
With 9 different categories, the birds are judged on their body type, their colour and their feathering. Some of the less common breeds on show include Polish, Houdans, Japanese and North Holland Blues.
A lot of people are realising that these birds are heritage breeds. If they die out, we can't get them because we cannot import poultry or eggs into the country.
David Service started pigeon racing at age 13, but when it became too political, he moved away from that, and now he's been poultry showing for 56 years. He's been impressed by the turnout and the quality of birds this year, but he's disappointed there were no entries from any kids.
It'd be nice to see more young ones coming through. We get the odd one, you know, it comes and goes, but we could do with a lot more younger members.
There's 21 poultry shows run across the country from May to July. So for these birds, it'll either be back to the coop or onto the chopping block as the season draws to a close. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Shoppers and workers around Dunedin's Octagon were treated to a musical show last week as 25 brass bands paraded through the city centre. Hundreds of cheerful listeners enjoyed the sweet tunes, lining the streets to watch the parade. Hundreds of players from 29 brass bands across the country marched down George Street on Friday as part of the New Zealand National Brass Band Championships being held in Dunedin. The bands were judged on appearance, music and how well they executed a left-hand turn as they marched from George Street to Moray Place. The street march was a visual opening to the extensive 4-day band competition held at Dunedin's Town Hall and the Dunedin Centre. Wellington Brass took out the top prize in the A-grade section ahead of North Shore's band. A centuries-old tradition has made its way to Queenstown, lighting up the wintry night sky over the weekend. Coronet Peak hosted New Zealand's first ever Torchlight descent, which saw riders of all levels making their way down the mountain with a fiery torch in hand to light the way.
A glowing snake comes down the mountain as the inaugural Torchlight descent lights up Coronet Peak on Saturday evening. The fiery event was organised by the Queenstown Alpine ski team, and avid skiers and snowboarders take to the slopes, lighting their path with only a wax torch or a glow stick. The event catered to all skill levels with 2 time slots, with beginner riders taking the Meadows Express at 5:30 p.m. and more experienced riders heading down the Pro-Am track at 8 p.m. The descent is based on the centuries-old tradition held in small ski towns across Europe.
In Europe, most of the small ski villages each year they'll run a big torchlight descent. They've kind of done it for hundreds of years. It's never really been done in New Zealand, and it's just a really cool opportunity for the public to be skiing down with fire in the dark.
And those at the base didn't miss out on any of the fun, with music, bonfires and a choreographed descent featuring around 100 members of the Alpine ski team. McLeod says they hope to raise $10,000 from the event to give back to the community, with the money helping fund ski passes and snow gear for local primary school children.
What we're doing is looking to raise money for both the team and for local primary schools to help kids basically go skiing as part of their school skiing.
The torch descent caps off Coronet Peak's first week of night skiing, but the Alpine ski team is optimistic Saturday night's descent will just be the start of a new regular activity in the region. In Queenstown, the South Today.
FA Yakane still to come on the South Today. Invercargill's inaugural I Am Games attracts an enthusiastic crowd with the goal of being more inclusive. And brave swimmers battle the elements in St Bathans as the National Open Water Champs wraps up.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world.
And the best way to see it is to walk.
The sun may be lower in the sky, but that doesn't lower the risk from skin cancer. Melanoma doesn't care about the season and will continue growing regardless. Don't let shorter days shorten your days. Book a full body mole map now.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. A weekend of sports was enjoyed in Invercargill as part of a push to make events more inclusive. The first ever I Am Games ran over Saturday and Sunday, catering for children with disabilities, allowing them to take part in a range of different activities.
He shoots, he scores, as this group of disabled athletes take part in the inaugural I Am Games. The two-day event was held at the ILT Stadium in Invercargill over the weekend, creating a southern version of the similar Halberg Games in Auckland. The Games saw around 60 youngsters with disabilities taking part across a wide range of sports, including golf, basketball and even rock climbing.
Parents are loving it, they're getting involved, the kids are huge smiles on their faces, it's just really cool vibe.
The event was hosted by Inclusive Activity Murihiku. Their goal was letting children with disabilities have a go at things they normally wouldn't get to try, helping make them feel more included.
It's pretty good to let people with disabilities have a go, instead of leaving them out on the sidelines.
The I Am Games was the first of its kind in Southland, catering for a whole spectrum of different disabilities. Active Southland Disability Advisor Chris Knight is confident the event will return next year, with a few other events in the pipeline as well for the local community. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Some brave swimmers are refusing to let freezing temperatures hinder their ambitions as they hit the chilly waters in remote central Otago. The New Zealand National Open Water Champs wrapped up today after 4 days of bone-chilling action in St Bathans.
Swimming through the cold waters of the Blue Lake. This group of ice swimmers weren't shrinking from a daunting challenge. Around 40 participants took on the icy challenge at the New Zealand National Open Water Champs, using the sunny weather to their advantage as they showcase true determination and resilience. It's just the second time New Zealand has hosted the swimming competition, with organisers impressed with the performances.
The swimmers have been phenomenal on their courage and their perseverance to get to that end. There have been some that have just given every single last ounce of energy.
Unfortunately, one woman competing in the event had to be airlifted to Dunedin Hospital on Monday in a serious condition after she was seen struggling in the icy cold water. However, Wanaka's Camille Gullick, Fiona Fairbairn and Rachel Armstrong were among several people to complete the 1,600 metre ice mile, well regarded as the pinnacle of ice water endurance.
The last 300 metres was, I think they were going to pull me out. And I was like doing a bit of breaststroke. I was like, no, I'm fine. And they were like, okay, keep going.
Vocal cheers from supporters helped encourage the swimmers as they pushed their limits to the extreme in the water.
Hearing them saying, you're looking good, keep going, that kind of inspired me a bit more of like, maybe I'm not as bad as I feel right now.
Organisers say the event's not just about swimmers seeking personal triumphs, but also bringing together a tight-knit community with a chance for people to support one another. In St Bathans, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. A chemistry show wrapped up the New Zealand International Science Festival, entertaining and educating kids for a week. More than 600 birds were judged over the weekend at the Southland Poultry and Pigeon Show in Invercargill. And Coronet Peak hosted the country's first ever Torchlight descent, skiers and boarders riding the mountain with fiery torches. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. We welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
What can we expect in the Tuesday paper?
Well, a little bit of a follow-up to those ice swimming championships actually, both a wrap of the event itself and also news that one of the competitors this afternoon had to be airlifted to hospital. As you'll have seen from the clip there, they have quite extensive safety precautions in place, which by the look of it seem to have swung into action where's needed and required.
That's good.
We've also got an update about the legality of single serve alcohol sales from local supermarkets. There's been a challenge to that, which appears to have failed. The university will be deciding whether to change its logo tomorrow, so we've got a preview of that decision.
Okay.
And being Tuesday, there's our travel section, which includes a trip around various places you can bathe in Australia.
That sounds wonderful right about now. Thank you for sharing, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, cold southwesterly airflow is here for the week and into the long weekend too, with some showers washing over southern districts from time to time and winds often strong about Foveaux Strait. Heading to the top of the South Island. Fine with southwesterlies and 14 degrees up in Nelson tomorrow. Greymouth's much the same with just 13, and Christchurch looks cloudy with light nor'easterlies and a high of 13. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Light winds, otherwise fine in Ashburton and Timaru tomorrow with highs of 13, whereas Oamaru was quite fresh with westerlies, spots of cloud and 11 as the high. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Westerlies with cloud increasing through these parts tomorrow. Expect highs of 10 in Wanaka and Alexandra, while Queenstown trails slightly behind with a top temperature of 8 degrees. Heading further south, strong westerlies are on the way tomorrow. Gore and Balclutha will get a showery 9 degrees, while cloud heads for the Catlins along with a high of 10. And across to Invercargill, some cloud tonight and down to 5 degrees. Tomorrow's fine first up before cloud increases and showers develop with strong westerlies and up to 9 degrees as the high. Then Wednesday is quite a wintry day with 7 degrees, showers, hail and very cold southwesterly winds. And finally heading to Dunedin. Fine but cold tonight as it drops down to 3 degrees. Tuesday's mostly fine and sunny with scattered cloud before a nor'easterly wind change with 11 as the day's high. Into Wednesday, quite cloudy with strong cold southwesterlies late morning, then brief showers in the afternoon along with a high of 8 degrees. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And we're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
You're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer. You owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one, we can help. Call Gillian's today.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Passion,
drama,
competition,
rivalry, marketing,
numbers, atmosphere,
power, fight,
attack,
intuition,
love,
hate, money,
cash,
millionaires,
fans,
and fans.
Oh boy.